Hello, wine liners. This is your host, Robert Scott, host of Wineline Radio and WinelineTV. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about a seminar that I went to last week on the wines of Santa Barbara, California. It's a marine-driven paradise for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. It was put on by the Jackson family wines, and a number of, in fact, I think 8 of their participating wineries were there introducing us to their Pinots and their Chardonnays and to the winemakers themselves. It was an exceptional event and one that I really enjoyed. It was a real eye-opener for me. So I want you to meet these folks. Stay tuned, and I think you'll enjoy this. Welcome to Wineline TV. This is your host, Robert Scott, and we're here with a bunch of crazy folks from Santa Barbara, California. Gentlemen and lady, some of the most prominent winemakers in Santa Barbara. Please tell us a little bit about what makes Santa Barbara different.
We're a special bunch and a special region. We've got this beautiful climate, beautiful soils that really you can taste in our wines, whether it's Chardonnay or Pinot.
Well, that's not a lot that's different, but what?
Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Slow down there, Robert. Let's not be hasty.
Tell us, please tell us who you are.
This great. Oh, who we all are?
Yeah.
We'll start with Chris on the left.
I'm Christopher Jackson. I'm the proprietor of Jackson Family Wines.
Randy Ullom, winemaster Kendall-Jackson.
Jill Russell, winemaker at Cambria.
Greg Brewer, founder and winemaker of Brewer-Clifton and Diatom.
Jonathon, Nagy, winemaker at Byron.
Ryan Pace, winemaker for Nielson Wines.
And Adam Lee, winemaker at Siduri Wines.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure
Okay,
today.
good.
Unless I piss
Okay.
off Chris, then we'll see. Could end today at some point.
I've learned a lot about Santa Barbara today that I never knew before, and I'm very impressed, both with the quality of the wines and that common thread that kind of runs through it, whether it's Pinot or Chardonnay.
I think if you're going to talk about Santa Barbara as having 3 main factors, you have to consider the marine soils, which is all throughout the region. You have to consider the east-west orientation, which it's the only area with east-west orientation for the valleys on the entire west coast. And then you have this extremely long, cool growing season, which creates this herbaceousness, salinity, savory character, and the Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir. So we love it, and we think it's a phenomenal region to grow grapes.
And with that long growing season, you get a wonderful natural acidity, incredibly flavorful ripe grapes, and on the red side of the equation, beautiful tannins.
And we're still a really young region. So first vineyard is planted in '64. So we are still checking out new clones, checking out new things, and we're getting to learn from the old guys behind me.
These gray haired guys.
At least you got here, Randy. So.
But that's great for
And ultimately, Santa Barbara's been on many people's tables before they even knew it, right? So the Jackson family's commitment to our county is very, very profound and long-lived. And it's been very discreet, ultimately, in some cases, fueling some of the best wines in the world, and have been for a long time. And today was simply an exercise of putting the county on the forefront and letting people kind of be availed to the specifics of what we've been doing for a long time.
And I think wines from Santa Barbara County, whether they're white or red, have a wonderful tension of fruit expression, but yet savory expression all at once, which makes them really versatile. Whether they're by themselves or paired with food, they really excel and really are rather exciting, I think.
You know, it appeared to me, after tasting a number of Pinots and 3 Chardonnays, that they were all exceptional food wines, I think.
Absolutely. Very unique and very versatile wines. You know, variety of cuisines that they'll match with.
Well, and I found just in the life at home that I have with 3 young kids, as my kids have gotten older, I now have a time to sit down and have a bottle of wine with dinner. Before that, it was most of the wine was drunk before dinner or after dinner, and dinner was like 5 minutes. Now, my wife and I can sit down, have a bottle of wine with a meal, and I find the stuff from Santa Barbara, the wines, the Chardonnays, and the Pinot Noirs, really work well throughout that meal. But they can work before or after, but I really find that with food, they sing in a lot of ways.
Do you let the kids drink?
I do let the kids drink,
Good.
yes.
Good.
So,
That's the Italian way.
So, my 19-year-old the other day was talking to somebody in a restaurant about how he likes 14 white burgundies better than 12s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I would like to thank you on behalf of the Orlando area and on behalf of WinelineTV for bringing this and let us taste these lovely wines. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Santa Barbara possesses an enviable range of mesoclimates that enable the cultivation of cool and warm climate varieties alike. Jackson family wines vineyards lie exclusively in the east-west running valleys along the coastline. 3 exquisite ribbons of Pacific cooled air connecting the inland vineyards to the nearby oceans. Many of the vineyards here are no more than 20 miles away from the coastline, and some are as close as 5 miles away.